So last fall, I had these grass seeds, and I planted some grass, and not all of it came in, and so whole winter went by. I had these seeds in my shed, and it was like a bad winter. It was like super cold, and so I had these seeds in my shed, and I said, "Oh well, pull them out, and I'll try and fill in some of the holes that didn't grow last fall." And so right now, you can see. You see that I have grass growing here, and just little bitty bit of grass. But I wasn't sure if the seeds were even alive because they were in the shed all winter. I mean, we had like minus 20-degree winter, so I thought, well, these seeds have been through a lot. So as I put them down and I covered them up and got them ready, I mean, like I watered them. We've had a really nice spring so far. The sun has been shining. It's rained just the right amount. But every day I would come out and I would look at these stupid seeds and see if anything was growing. And maybe for like 2 weeks, there was like nothing there. And I thought, well, okay, well, they're probably dead, so I need to go out and get new seeds and start all over again. But it was just a few days ago that I started seeing these little blades of grass start popping out of the ground. And so now, I mean, there's like grass starting to grow everywhere, and I'm like, man, I'm in. Like, all I gotta do is keep them from dying now. I don't have to do anything to make them grow, just keep them from dying. And I think that so many of us are in a similar situation. Most of our life is lived in the first stage of grass seed growth, where we're not sure about the seeds, if they're even good seeds. We're not sure that when we plant them, if they really are going to grow, and do we even have the patience to wait around long enough to see them grow, or do we want to just sort of stop midstream and change directions? And I know for myself, many things in my life, direction, ideas, even who to marry. I mean, I think we all have these moments. Maybe you have a moment similar. Maybe you're trying to have a child. Maybe you're trying to figure out who to marry. Maybe you're trying to figure out your career path or what you're going to do after high school or whatever. I think God gives us these seeds, and if they're really from God, we don't need to question whether they're alive or not. They are. And we just need to plant them, put them in the ground, and wait. But waiting is the hardest part. And I remember just talking to my wife Jenny and saying, well, what do you do when you wait? Like, what is waiting? Like, obviously I can't just sit on the couch and do nothing. I don't think that's what God is saying. But, He tells us in the Bible to wait on the Lord. Just the way I see it is that waiting is it's all about preparing. So maybe you're in a season where you're waiting for something to happen. And that doesn't mean that the dream is dead or it's not going to come alive. But in waiting, it's trusting that the seed from God really is alive, that He put it in you, and preparing yourself, looking forward, basically readying your life to be lived for when the fruit of that seed comes. I'm looking forward to being able to mow this grass because I can just see what it's going to look like when it's all just lush and green and beautiful, and that's exciting to me. I know it's just grass, but I mean, it's my yard, and I want it to look good. And so just living as if it's going to happen. Don't change course midstream. Stick with it. And if God put that seed inside of you, it takes faith and trust, but He'll grow it. All you got to do is keep it from dying.